When Steel talks, everybody listens.
When Steel Talks is very pleased to have with us Miss Glenda Gamory at the helm of Pantonic Steel Orchestra, one of the leading New York pan sides. Welcome, Glenda. It's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
All right. So first of all, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, as you may know, I was born in Trinidad. I was raised in the hills of Laventille, amongst, the great men from Vespers. Oh, you gotta go back. The great Desperados. I have two brothers that played in the band. And Steelpan is something that I always wanted to get into, but as a child growing up, I could have never done it because in those days it was only bad men play pan.
Do you play pan now?
No.
Is it too late?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I don't even know the whole of pan stick.
Well, that's interesting. Because here you are at the helm of Pantonic Steel Orchestra, arguably the best steel band currently in New York. How does it feel to be there? I mean, this is one way in which your total involvement in pan has materialized.
It feels great when you have good people behind you.
Some of these people are?
We have my captain Keith Roberts, my vice captain Brian Joseph. We also have Ralph Davis, Alvin Mitchell, Pat Allen, Trevor Wilson, to name a few.
How long has this relationship been ongoing?
Well, we started in 1977. We were with Metro and we didn't like the atmosphere there, so we broke away. And, we decided to start. And, well, when we started, we didn't even have a pan stick.
Pantonic itself has been in existence for 4 years?
Yeah. Well, the first name was Mystery Band.
Okay.
Because things were happening so fast that, we didn't know where it was coming from. We didn't have a name for the band, and one of the kids said, why not name the band Mystery Band?
What year was that?
That was in 1977.
Okay.
So, after that, we decided we had to change the name because, there's a lot of negativeness with the word mystery. And we wanted to be more positive. So I went to England to spend some time with my brother-in-law because he had promised to make us some bands for the band. And I was trying to get different names and stuff. So we came up with the name Pantonic. And I came back to New York and I told them, well, we're going to rename the band and we're going to try and register the band with the state of New York, which we did.
What is your official title, considering, you're in charge of, basically everything concerned with Pantonic? Do you have an official title?
I just am the leader. No, I just am the chief cook and bottle washer.
I hear that. You have a band which has had 3 wins out of 4, 3 championship wins. What years were they?
Well, in 1999, we won at the museum. 2000, we won in Connecticut. And 2002, oh no, I'm sorry.
2001?
2001, right, 2000. Which year we won 2? We won Connecticut in 2001, okay. We won Connecticut in 2001. So we won 2 in 2001.
You have managed to have the talents of Mr. Clive Bradley as your arranger. That seems to be quite a catch in today's pan world. How did you go about that?
Oh boy. Well, Clyde and I go back a very long way. We are kind of related in the sense he have a daughter with one of my sisters. And when we started in 1997, he was away in Trinidad. We were trying to get him, but we couldn't get him. In 1998, I tried again, and he told me to, he wouldn't be able to come. And he recommended Eddie Quarles to do the tune for us, which he did. He did Bashment for Carnival, and we came third that year with it. And something happened between Eddie and I didn't like the atmosphere, so I said to Keith and others, I'm going to go for Bradley. I say, I know the type of person he is, I know him, and I think I can get him to come. And I went to Trinidad for Carnival that year. And, we hang out. And I told him, I wanted him to come and do the tune for me. And he told me he'll think about it. And Panorama night, when he won, with Despot, I was right there on stage with him, and we hugged. And I whispered in his ears, Clyde, you're coming to New York this year. And he said yes. I said, I'll be back. Which I did go back in June to finalize everything. And he came up in July of '99. And he worked with the band. And he put us to the helm, which, we all wanted. Because I always wanted to be the first woman in New York to lead a band to Panorama and win the Panorama, and I was able to achieve that. So I don't think there's anything else out there for me to achieve.
Well, you can actually start playing yourself. I mean, that would be great.
No, I'll leave that for my kids and my grandkids.
What kind of relationship do you see between the kids of Pantonic and Clive Bradley?
We are all one big happy family. It couldn't be better. Because Clyde knows how to deal with the kids.
Do you think they feed off his energy and his creativity?
Yes, they do. And he always tells them if they don't go to school and they don't learn math, they cannot play piano. Because the two goes along together.
With that in mind, Pantonic is a very large band, but of course, you being Auntie Glenda to one and
Miss Glenda, Auntie, oh my God, please.
Okay, what are the marks of the, how do the kids really perform in school? Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
Some of them?
Yeah, they do very well. Because Keith instilled in them that if they're not doing well in school, they cannot play piano. And most of the kids are in college right now.
As they move on.
Yeah.
You mentioned 1977, the band started as...
1979.
1979.
I'm sorry, 1997.
Okay.
1997.
Okay, but in 77, it was the Mystery Band.
No, 97 we were Mystery.
Oh, 97? Oh, because... Oh,
that's when we started.
77, okay.
Right.
97. Alright, so Mystery Band, and then, of course, Pantonic in 1998. How did it feel to be involved in such a short run to success? I mean, because that was meteoric, that rise of the band. Granted, that's what you wanted to achieve, and you did. Did you expect to at the beginning?
When I had Mr. Clyde Bradley?
I had a feeling that would be the
I
answer.
expected anything, and the mystery revealed itself.
What type of challenges, issues you find yourself dealing with as leader of a band of such stature, of such magnitude, especially around Panorama time? I mean, your stage side is about 20, 30 players maybe. Then for Panorama, and for the
well
weeks,
over 100.
you go well over 100. What is it like at that point in time?
It's hectic. Headaches. You have to be running here, we have to do this, we have to do that. Pete have to get them in check, Brian have to be running to do this. Everybody have a part to play. And my part is just to walk in the yard, but I get involved.
You mentioned that you had two brothers who played Pan and Vespers. Who were they?
Cuthbert Thomas, and Leonard Edwards.
You knew Rudolph Charles?
That was my mentor.
Tell us your experience
A little bit
with Rudolph.
A little bit Rudolph, okay.
Yeah.
Growing up in the hills of Loudon Hill, him and my brothers, and they're all around, all around the same age. And I always had a good relationship with him, because I remember one day I said to him, I said, Trail, when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
You call him Trail? That was one of his names?
As I said before, I wanted to lead. I told him, I said, I want to lead a steel band, take it to Panorama and win. I didn't know they were in New York, because at that time I was living in Trinidad. And he turned to me and he said, G Ford, what is how to call him? G Ford, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. And I grew up with that.
So you had this dream of many years.
Many years. Because growing up I was always involved in pan, because like Ralph and Trevor, myself, to name a few, we had our own little pan side that we had called Spike Jones.
This is in Trinidad?
Mm-hmm.
You said you had your own little pan side. What did you do?
We
Okay.
At that time I was just involved in it.
Oh,
We just used to hang out with the guys and them at that time.
Ah, Spike Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Based in Laventille?
Yeah. We had, to name a few, we had Ralph.
Ralph Davis?
Uh-huh.
Ah, go way, way back.
Yeah, we had Spike, which we named the band after. That's Leonard Edwards.
That's your brother as well?
Yeah, we had Herbert Ash, Selwyn John, Nolly Nicholas, Panther, Nolly Panther Nicholas, Denzel Botas. Because we all grew up in a circle. We all live here, 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 here. So we always in that circle. And I was always a little saltfish
In the
in the middle. I knew all what they did and what they didn't do.
Well, you know what? That explains one of the questions I was going to put to you. How did you handle yourself in the proverbial man's world, but you had a good training ground?
That's right.
So you consider
The
yourself
best.
perhaps well equipped to deal with these 100 little people.
Yeah.
If you came from the life on the hill.
I was there with all their riots, all their fights, all the mishaps, the good and the bad. We were all in it together.
Do you share some of your experiences with the current young membership of Pantonic when they think they have
don't believe
issues?
it. They don't believe the times that we had, because they don't have the,
That experience.
those experience today.
So the challenges and the issues basically, you've kind of like been there, done that.
Right.
Financially, when you put out a band like Pantonic, and I mean, how do you go about sourcing, the finance base for that? Okay, interesting. Do you mind sharing, what it takes financially, in a nutshell, to put out that band?
Okay. The first year in 1997, we spent about $10,000. In 1998, we spent $20,000, a little over $20,000. We were able to raise $4,500 out of that. In 1999, well, we won the Panorama, so it was a little easier than, a little easier than us, but still, we had to put out. Because, we have to bring the arranger here. We have to get accommodations for him. And the tuner, same thing. Then you always have to upgrade your pans. You always have to be buying pans. And that is one thing, everybody chips in.
So
But the most of it comes from me.
2000?
Right through 2002, that same thing.
2002. What was your financial outlay this year, right?
This year it wasn't that bad because we had the Panorama money for last year.
Okay, so that was
Plus
back
we
into
were
the
able
kitty.
to raise funds with the band. So this year was the first year that I put out under $10,000 out of my money.
The love that you have must be tremendous. I mean, because do you think, I mean, you consciously make this decision that this is what I'm going to do for this band, knowing that the prize money, if and when you do win, is not going to be able to compensate you out of pocket? I mean, do you think about that?
No, because I do it for the kids. And I have been blessed. Okay, and the more you give, the more you're going to receive. That's the way I grow up. If I see that child over there and she wants something, and you cannot give it to her, I'm going to give it to her because I want her to be happy.
How many kids of your own do you have?
I have 2 kids and 4 grandkids.
Do they play Pantonic?
My daughter played up until last year. No, my son no. But I'm trying to get my grandson involved now. He wants to be involved.
The New York Pan scene currently, what do you think about it? What are your thoughts, your involvements, your issues, your dreams?
Well, we'd like to see it go to higher heights. And I would like all the bands to come together in one unity. I don't think we should have 2 panoramas. I think we should have 1 panorama, or if we have 2 panoramas, we're going to have 1 panorama scene maybe on a Friday night and the other one on Saturday. So if the bands from this end want to go that, they can go, and if those from that side want to go here, they can come, and we all can be one.
What role do you see yourself playing, if any, in the evolution of the New York Pan scene?
Tell you the truth, I don't want any role. I just want to be in it all. I don't want any position.
Well, actually,
I just want to be able to help, give my advice here, there, and anywhere. Any way I can help.
well, then
I'm
that's
looking forward to do that.
Then that's your answer. That is the role.
Because I'm a perfectionist. I like to see things go. If I can do something, I'm going to go all out to do it. If I can't do it, I will not do it at all.
Your brothers, where are they now?
They're here.
Do they play pan?
No, they're too old for that now. One plays scratch in the band. Wrong town. He plays scratcher on for Panorama time for me.
Who's this, Leonard or?
No, that's Cuthbert,
Okay.
Ocean. And Ralph is like a brother to me also because we grew up together. He sleep here, I sleep here, so we grew up as a brother. So he tells everybody he's my brother, so let me include him also.
Okay, yeah. Trump,
Okay.
what questions you want us to
Well, quick one. Rule of Charles.
Okay.
Genius?
Oh, genius is not the word.
What's your fondest memory?
He's the man. He was the man. Sorry that, he had to go home so soon. And I know a lot of people miss him, and a lot of members in the band, the older members, miss him. Because we all talk about it and we all reminisce about him.
Do you see Pantonic ever going to Trinidad to perform in that?
Oh, I would love that. If we can get the sponsorship. We can get somebody to help us get there. We'll take it from there. But what I'm planning on doing next year my sister husband, he's manufactured in England. He manufactured pans, and he has two steel bands, a junior and a senior. One is called Phase 1, the other one is called Phase 2. So what we're trying to do, my niece and I, because she teaches pans in schools, we want to interact with kids. Because this year she was able to take about 40 kids from the schools in England down to Trinidad. So what we're planning to do next year is that I'm going to take some of my kids there. And for Panorama, she's going to bring some of the kids here and they will interact together. Because I have a little niece, she's 5 years old. I was speaking to her last Sunday, and she asked me if Danika's father is still arranging for the band, which is Jermaine Bradley. Mm-hmm. So I told her yes, so she told me she wanted to come to play his music. So I told her, okay. So I asked her what band she plays. She said she plays every band in the band.
This is 5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Wow.
So I asked her mother, and the mother said, Auntie, she played tenor, double tenor, guitar, wherever she wants to play, she plays. And you see, she likes the limelight. So,
yeah, that's cool.
And then her mother is a pianist, her uncle is a pianist, and her father and her grandfather, you know, is in the pan world.
You see Pantonic on MTV soon?
That would be nice. Wasn't there on BCAP some time ago?
Okay.
Do you want to wrap up?
Yeah.
When Steel Talks has been very, very happy.
When Steel Talks.
Yeah, we can do that again. When Steel Talks has been very pleased to have you here, Glenda. Wish you nothing but the best. I personally would like to see you one day behind the pan, and I still will try to get that shot. But at the same time, it's really been good. I mean, to have a woman's perspective in this, it's just refreshing. Literally a woman of steel from all accounts, having grown up and been tempered within this volatile pan environment as existed back in Trinidad in the days when it was known as the Badge on days. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts you want to share? Any advice, anything like that before we wrap up?
It was nice being here. I know you've been trying to get me for a long time, but I'm on the shy side, you know. I like to keep a low profile. I don't like to be in front, I like to be in the back. But, you know, I want to see the young kids get into arranging. Because they have to start someplace. Because when Keith and Brian and Bradley and everybody's tired, they have to have the younger ones to take over for them. So that is what, you know, Keith is trying to get the kids involved right now. Because like, Nolly's son, Nicky, and another little kid by the name of Wayne Bernard. Mm-hmm. They're in the process of doing stuff for the band. Because, you know, Keith is going to be behind them to give them, you know, whatever guidance they need. And without Keith Roberts, I don't know what I will do. That's my right hand and my left hand.
It's good to know you have that kind of support. Thank you very much for being here.
I thank you for having me.
When Steel Talks, everybody listens.